Do you feel like you're spinning your wheels as a creator, always starting a project but never quite finishing them? That was me last year, as I set a goal to create 24 videos but barely scratched the surface, doing just 4. Today I'm sharing with you the hard lessons that I learned so you don't have to make the same mistakes. Hey, what's up everybody? So my name is Bobby.T and I run a video production company where I help businesses and organizations craft compelling stories through the power of video. If you've ever set a big creative goal and fallen short, trust me, you're not alone. Last year, I planned to release 24 videos on this channel, but only managed to release 4. Why? Because I kept running into the same 3 mistakes over and over again. In today's video, I'm breaking down these 3 consistent mistakes that held me back and the practical systems I've developed to overcome them. And really, I want to kind of outline to all of you about how you can avoid falling into these same traps, but let's jump right into it. So problem number 1, taking on too much at once. Does your to-do list look like you're trying to win a marathon? Trust me, I know mine did. But instead of crossing the finish line, I ended up burning out way before I even started. I made the mistake of trying to do it all. I mean, family, business, some of my non-for-profit work, and yes, YouTube. It was like I was cramming my camera bag with every lens, light, and gadget I owned for a simple shoot. And I didn't need most of this gear, but I carried it anyways. And that weight left me drained before I even hit the record button. When I think about it, one of the most effective things I could have started doing was really time blocking. I've built my ideal week template into my calendar where each work period is dedicated to a specific type of task that aligns with my goals for that particular quarter. This ideal week acts as a blueprint. While no week looks exactly the same, the system ensures that I'm consistently focusing on what matters most and making progress towards my North Star. By programming my ideal week into my calendar, I don't waste time necessarily week to week trying to sort of prioritize different activities, but instead it's already mapped out for me. My next major problem I faced last year was overthinking the process. I mean, have you ever spent hours tweaking something so small that only to realize it didn't even matter in the end? I mean, that's exactly how I've wasted months of my creative time, which then resulted in me just not hitting that publish button. My second mistake was overthinking everything. I'd film videos and then spiral into a series of questions. Was my lighting perfect? Did I say the right things in the right way? Was my transition smooth enough? And I spent so much time obsessing about small details that honestly never mattered. To overcome this, I started limiting the amount of time I would dedicate for each task. I wanted to be more present and mindful. And so, for example, if I only had 2 hours to do a particular edit, I'd focus on what I could realistically complete for that time by ensuring that before I started the edit, I knew what I was doing. Instead of obsessing over the details, I reflected after publishing and I would note down what worked, what could have been improved, and really what I can then fold into my next video. This new approach has now allowed me to consistently improve without endlessly iterating on a single piece of content and allowing me just to learn by actually hitting that publish button. And my next and last one is sort of the lack of pre-planning. Do you ever start a project thinking that I could just figure out as I go ahead? Well, spoiler alert, I did so and it always ended up as being a disaster. You see, this final mistake was not planning my videos. I would dive into a shoot without a shot list or an outline, thinking that inspiration would carry me through this whole entire video. But you know what? It did not. And it resulted in me missing key shots, gaps in my story that would allow me and force me to reshoot or spend hours trying to fix it in post. Instead of going down that same path, what I would do is I would use a template. And the particular template I use is from Thomas Frank called Building a Second Brain. And this template helps me structure the way my video ideas, scripts, and shot lists sort of come together, so I'm always having a clear plan before I hit that record button. While some people find complex systems overwhelming, you don't need something so intricate as Notion or even this template that I use, Building a Second Brain, to succeed. You can use tools like Apple Notes or even a simple notebook that can be just as effective. But the fundamental key thing that you have to do is create some structure in a daily practice, so to speak, to help you organize your ideas and plan your videos. To better support your newfound focus and consistency, if you watch this next video right here, this will help you learn a fundamental key step to reach your content goals this year. Peace.